In a room full of talismans, a young high school student awakens bound to a chair next to a blindfolded man. Satoru Gojo asks Yuji which one he is right now. Later, Yuji recalls someone by the name of Fushiguro and expresses concern about his senpai. However, Gojo reminds Yuji that his secret execution has already been scheduled, so he has no time to worry about anyone else. The previous day, Yuji called Suicidal Hospital to see if his grandfather was okay, but the old man insisted that he usually go to his club instead. Megumi, a refreshing Goro, is a student at Jujutsu Tech and went to the grounds of a suicidal mansion with high spirits the night before in search of a cursed object. When he fails to do so, he calls Satoru Gojo, who informs him that he must wait until the object is found. Before going home, Yuji walks past Megumi and a ladder and notices the cursed energy emanating from a possible connection to the cursed object. However, Yuji dashes off to the hospital to visit his grandfather. Before Megumi can confront him, Yuji and his grandfather argue. While at the hospital, he asks you to use his gifts to save others no matter what, so he could die surrounded by people. Shortly after Yuji's grandfather passed away peacefully, Megumi finally catches Eugene and asks him to give back the cursed object. But upon checking the box, he usually realizes that the friends have taken the item and are going to unseal it. At school tonight. At school, Yuji's friends are attacked by curses attracted to this special curse object. Megumi summoned divine dogs, and with Utter's help, they manage to save his friends. But unfortunately, another curse emerges from the floor and catches Megumi and me off guard. Yuji ends up eating the cursed item, the finger of Ryomen Sukuna, the king of curses. Although Yuji easily defeats the curse with his new power, Megumi is concerned that this is the actual worst-case scenario. Ryomen Sukuna has been reborn and only desires to until all of humanity, but surprisingly, Yuji manages to regain control of his body while Megumi prepares to summon a Shikigami and proclaims that he will exorcise the cursed Yuji before he's forced to make a decision. Megumi-sensei Satoru Gojo arrives. Gojo tests Yuji control by asking him to switch with Sukuna for 10 seconds. Despite the curse attacking first,
Fuku's just the best. Since my student's watching, I think I'll show off a little.
Is he unbelievably fast? You Jujutsu sorcerers are always such a pain in the ass in any era! No, time doesn't really have much meaning for me.
7, 8, 9, and that should do it.
Gojo is easily able to evade all of Sukumaru's strikes with incredible speed. Surprisingly, Yuji was effortlessly able to regain control of his body. Gojo does more than knock him out. He tells Megumi that if Yuji can await us himself, he'll have real potential as a vessel. Inside the room filled with seals while Yuji is bound to the chair, Gojo explains that the Jujutsu elders decided to have him executed. However, Gojo was able to plead Yuji's case and has had his sentence suspended. Yuji has potential as a vessel for Sukuna. Therefore, he can be used to consume the curse, should he eat all 20 of his fingers. After visiting his friends in the hospital, Yuji meets up with Gojo outside the hospital to discuss his decision. They traveled to the morgue, where Yuji collected his grandfather's ashes and swallowed the second finger, indicating his firm resolve to become a sorcerer. Following the union's decision, Yuji travels with Gojo to the mountains outside Tokyo. Metropolitan Jujutsu Technical School resides. Yuji is put to the test by the academy's principal, and after several tries, Yuji manages to pass the test. Gojo takes Yuji and Megumi to the station, as they will be picking up another first-year student named Nobira. Nobira introduces herself with her proud attitude, annoying Yuji and Megumi. Gojo takes them to an abandoned building close to a cemetery, where a curse is lifted. She learns that Yuji swallowed Sukumi's finger and is grossed out by it. Gojo reveals that this is a field test for Nobira and Yuji. Gojo gives Yuji a curse tool, a knife called Slaughter Demon that has been imbued with cursed energy. He also restricts him from using Sukumi's power, which is tasked with eliminating all the curses. Yuji and Nobira head inside the building together. They begin searching together, but Nobira orders you to just search downstairs while she heads upstairs. While he's left, confused by her attitude, Yuji is suddenly ambushed from above by a cursed spirit. His reflexes allow them to act quickly and slice apart the curse with his cursed tool. Inside the building, Nobira exorcises small curses with her special curse techniques while Yuji uses the knife to take out other curses. Soon they find a boy captured by a powerful curse, who threatens Nobara to surrender or else he will kill the boy. Despite the surrender, the curse decides to kill the boy, but Yuji breaks in through the rear wall and cuts off the arm of the curse wraith. The boy, Yuji, secures the hostage, and the curse attempts to flee before getting to fine. Nobira uses her straw doll technique on the severed arm with her resonance ability, and Nobira exorcises the curse by piercing the arm and her straw doll with a nail. Sometime later, Yuji and his team are tasked with rescuing people stuck within the domain expansion technique of a special grade curse that has recently emerged from the distraught mother of one of the detainees. Ask them to save her son. Megumi summons one of his divine dogs to warn them should any curse approach. The trio moves out to find any humans trapped inside and eventually happens upon their mutilated bodies. Amongst them, Yuji finds Todoshi, the son of the distressed woman. He wants to bring his body back outside, but Megumi refuses. Suddenly, Nobira has been dragged through the floor by a curse. Megumi says they need to run, but they are both suddenly confronted by the cursed spirit. Both boys are paralyzed by fear, but Yuji tries to overcome it. Act first by attacking it with his knife. His action costs Yuji hand and breaks the knife. Yuji forces Megumi to go save Nobira while he holds the special grade curse. He tries to get help from Sukuna, but he refuses. Yuji struggles against the special grade and is unable to fight him because he doesn't know how to control curse energy. Megumi barely manages to save Nobira and flees the scene while giving a signal to Yuji using divine dogs. Yuji gives his body control to Sukuna, who kills this special grade curse with his domain expansion technique, called Malevolent, crying because the curse refuses to cooperate with him. Sukuna takes back the finger that spawned the cursed womb in the first place. Irritated that he's been used for the Bratz game, Sukuna demands that Yuji take back control. However, after hearing nothing back from Yuji, Sukuna lets out a deviously evil grin. While waiting outside the detention center, Megumi notices the cursed wound's innate domain has disappeared. He believes that all he has to do is wait for Yuji, but Sukuna arrives to tell him that won't be happening. He tells Megumi that you mean that Yuji can't switch back just yet, and to prevent him from taking back control, Sukuna rips out Yuji's heart. Sukuna effectively takes Yuji hostage now that switching back means death. In addition, Sukuna eats another one of his fingers to strengthen his control. He prepares to kill Megumi, and Sukuna admits it's for no particular reason. Megumi begins by summoning and engaging Sukuna at close range. Sukuna simply toys with him until Megumi unleashes Oriki and lifts him into the air, when you can strike repeatedly. However, Sukuna destroys the Great Serpent and uses the open space to throw Megumi around using power and agility without even using Jujutsu. Sukuna overpowers Megumi, forcing him to release Mu. Yuji takes back control of his body as he listens to Megumi admit he never regretted saving him out of time. Yuji succumbs to his wounds and tells his friends to live a long life.
Take you